What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Raw Stocks. This is Rustic. Today we're going to be digging into Tesla's chart. We're going to look at where price came from, where price ended today, and where price is likely to head into the rest of the week. Before we get started, you know I constantly pitch my Discord here on the Raw Stocks videos, and today I want to show you a little taste of a huge day that we had for the premium members, for the callouts that we've been providing to the Discord members. For only $25 a month, we closed $12,000 in calls today. You can see we had a 177.5 for this week. We closed 600 profit. We had 175 for this week. We closed $1,470 in profit. That's 20%. That's 40%. We had some additional calls. We had a QQQ call that ended up getting closed for a total of $125. Posted it at $105, ended up getting $125 on the close there, right? We had some additional Tesla calls that we've been swinging for a little bit. I provided an update. Then we ended up closing half of that position for another $3,000, $4,000. We had another real quick Tesla scalp that went for $105. We had another QQQ trade that we're in that ended up being $105 when the market closed, but we're still in that trade, also still in an Nvidia trade, so still could have another big day. But $12,000 in closed profit total on the day, not including closed positions, was $15,000. So some of you who have been following along since we launched the Discord, you know that we started the call out account at $10,000. We're up to $52,000, and all those trades have been called out to the premium members of the Discord for only $25 a month. If you're not a member, join. It's free to join. There's a coupon code, promo code on the Discord itself. Use code trial code for 30 days off, 30 days for free. So you can try it with absolutely no risk for 30 days. Plus there's a 7-day trial that gets tagged on top of that. So you get 37 days for free, right? And then after that, it's only $25. We also have annual plans. We also have a lifetime membership that's $1,000. That's going to be coming with free mentorship lessons and free training education for somebody who's willing to commit to a larger price tag, but also sees the value in the individual mentorship program. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts. First thing I want to show you guys is I want to show you guys the gamma levels for now. We've been tracking gamma more frequently. I got the black box trading service. So now we're rolling with it. We talked about yesterday in the video about the 185 gamma level, and you saw we tagged that. We went through it. We came back. We closed right around it. Right, that gamma level has not changed at this point. It is still the highest gamma level. We could find that being support as it drives us up to the 190, 195, or even 200, where we have a high gamma level as well, back up at 200. Now we could see 185 be pinned at the top for the next couple days, and even potentially see us drop down to this 180 gamma level. But you can see the negative gamma is coming in real soft, right? We don't have a whole lot of negative gamma building. This does not tell me at this current stage, when the market closed, that we're going to make any kind of run down to 175 or even 170, right? I think we're going to get pinned somewhere in between 180, 185, and could even make that push up to 200 if we start to see that positive gamma build at 200 and we start to see some of that positive gamma at 185 decrease, right? Because then market makers are going to have to hedge for that 200 position. So they're going to want to push price up to that 200 level, right? So that they make their money on their gamma hedges. So we could see this definitely squeeze. Potentially, we got Nvidia earnings. We could see some sympathy rally coming out of Tesla, right? Or we could just see straight gamma squeeze if the gamma levels start to increase around that 200 level, and we can just see this thing pop off like none other, right? And I'll show you on the charts. We definitely have some support for this thing to rally hard. Now, is it going to happen? Who knows, right? We don't know for sure. We could just stay kind of in this level, burn some theta on the current contracts. Anybody trying to go long and jump onto the move late, we could burn those over the next 2 days and then maybe see that late week push. Or again, we could correct down a little bit and then we could see a push later on in the week. So we'll just be watching these gamma levels very closely. I love the gamma as far as the options trading goes, and I've been talking a lot about it lately, and I'll continue to talk about it. We'll continue to watch it. Did the same thing with QQQ when we bought the 460 calls late in the trading day today, because we saw a positive gamma real high up at 460. So we'll see if we push up on that level as we go into the rest of the week on QQQ. So let's go ahead and jump over into the chart now. And on the chart, we got the daily chart pulled up, right? We were watching these moving averages and we saw a price yesterday kind of get pinned down at these levels. But what I kept thinking is like, wow, we're really staying pinned at this like 174, 175, right? It seems really strange. We saw that 185 gamma level. It's like, you know, that's really suspicious when we have the highest gamma level coming in way below where current price is. So that's what told me, like, I think this is just a little bit of manipulation to keep price down, right? And then they're going to rip it. And sure enough, we ripped it all the way up past 185, right? And what did we hit? We hit the 100 period daily EMA, right? I got the EMAs up instead of the SMA. I like the EMA a little bit better, so I adjusted, right? So we ran right up to that 100 EMA, right? Almost to that buy side liquidity. So what I expect is that we might see a slight push up to like 187.71, 187.65. What's the official high of this candle here? 187.56, right? So that's buy side liquidity. I wouldn't be surprised if we see just a little pop up early tomorrow, right? And then we drop back down, potentially running a test on this breakout candle from today, right? On the daily chart. We still have that 20 period, that 50 period, right? Below price, or yeah, the moving averages are below price. So price is above those moving averages. We have them pointed up. We're looking for the 20 to start to cross the 50. If we check out RSI, we got RSI in our favor, right? We're starting to point up, coming off that middle level. We're back above the moving average on the RSI, right? And like I said, I think we're going to make a push up to this 20 period SMA or EMA, sorry, up around 201.19, give or take, as it comes down a little day by day, right? But I don't think we're just going to shred, in my opinion. I don't think we're just going to shred right through this 100 period and go right to the 200 period, right? I do think there's going to be a slight move up, maybe look like we're going to pop over, take this buy side liquidity, possibly drop back down into this fair value gap. You see, I got a level here, right? And we'll look right now. What that level is it's actually the consequent encroachment of this block, and this block became a breaker block. So I'm going to slightly adjust that so it's right on the 50 level of that block itself. And how I got that was by looking at this, even though it's not labeled, right? We had this move up, this move down, move back up. This is a minor internal change of character. Okay, so I see this block as a breaker. I see the consequent encroachment at 177. If we draw back down into that 177, or even possibly draw back down into 180, I'm going to start to build another position long to target that 200 level and that 200 period EMA on the daily chart. Okay, that's if we pull back down to those levels. Now, if we seem to be holding, right, and maybe we just get like a small doji day or something like that, then that kind of idea is off the table. I'll have to reassess where we might drop back down to. Ultimately, we're going to be running a test on the 198.87 of this daily candle high, right? And that happens to correspond right with that 200 period, right? When we get up there, again, we might see price curl back over, but we'll really focus on just the next couple days, right? And looking for that buy side liquidity to be taken, and then coming back down to retest this. It might take a day, right? Because we're going to set a fair value gap in here tomorrow, unless we were to trade all the way back down to 177, which I don't think is going to happen. But tomorrow's candle is going to set a daily fair value gap in here, and then we're going to watch for that daily fair value gap to be respected. So may not even take a trade on Tesla tomorrow as I wait to see what happens with that fair value gap, because then the next day we could trade back down into that fair value gap. At that point in time, I want to see the fair value gap respected versus this breaker block, right? Because if we give up the fair value gap, then we're probably going to the breaker block anyways. And so that consequent encroachment also happens to be right around where that fair value gap close is going to be. So we'll just have to see kind of what happens. Not going to, make any harsh or rash decisions. I'll see what the low time frame chart tells me as far as, potential like day trades or scalps go. But as far as like re-entering or repositioning some of those long-term swing trades that I had entered, the June, July, and August calls, I'll be looking for price to recycle back down to that 177, 180 level, and then I will reload on my positions. At this point in time, I am not expecting that we're coming back down to fill this gap anytime soon. Let's drop to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, right? Two nice breakup candles. We got two fair value gaps. Would expect that one of these two will hold. Again, the lower one would be my ultimate target, right around where that breaker block is, consequent encroachment 177.5, right? So if we were to drop down through that first one all the way, we got the second one to protect us. But looking at 182 on the 4-hour chart, that may be our good entry. Okay, we have the fair value gap formed because of this 4-hour candle. So if we happen to, even if we pop up a little bit, drop down to that consequent encroachment at 182, give or take, that might be a good entry to start your position for that run up to 200 where we got a breaker block. Okay, I would highly anticipate that that would be a good trade. Maybe we come down a little bit more and I would add to my position. Anytime with this trade on the 4-hour chart, I'm looking at June, July, or August, or even further out calls, right? So that you have an opportunity to build your position if we go a little bit lower, and it's not going to completely wreck you. So do not go all in this fair value gap, right? Start your position, drop down to this fair value gap, add to it, right? If we drop down a little bit lower, might have another opportunity, right? Down at like 170 if we were to go down there. I don't think we are, right? Before we make that pop up to 200. Now, if we get a straight just rip out of the gate because we got that fair value gap, right? And maybe we just get a rocket ride, right? You can be watching for short-term trades, setups on the 1 minute or 5 minute chart to try to catch that move if we just explode out of the gate tomorrow. Drop down to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart also got a large fair value gap, right? We just ran off that fair value gap. We got another fair value gap here, right? Low comes in at 182.37, 182.22, something like that, right? Around that same level that we would talk about starting to build your position on a long term, right? In the 1-hour chart, we can start to say that if we pop down, right, a little bit further, kind of out of the gate, we have that fair value gap. We also have our moving averages all lined up in the order we want to see them, right? 20, 50, 100, 200. So if we pop back down, then we could see that run up to 200, right? At that time, we'll be watching gamma. We'll be watching to see if gamma starts to build for that move higher as well. All things to look for as we're looking for our indicators and our different, options flow and data and all these different things to continue to confirm the move up or that everything's falling apart. On the 15-minute time frame, also have all of the moving averages lined up. We're still above all the moving averages. Called it out in the Discord that we were looking like we were going to reject this order block. Sure enough, we rejected the order block. We have a lot of fair value gaps to target on the way down. So we could see a drop down to run a test on the 50 period, right around that same level, 182.36, right? Even if we dropped a little bit lower, to our level here, to our 100 period, around 180, right? You could start building your long-term position as we come back down to test some of these 15-minute moving averages, or we might just get that rip right out of the gate, close that order block, right? And then look to target that 198.42. I don't see any 15-minute order blocks above that are of any significance. And we've already come back down and tested this order block a couple different times at 174. So not likely that we're going to trade all the way back down there, right? If we did get back down to this largest fair value gap and that trade falls apart and we come down to test that 200 period on the 15, right? We have that fair value gap. It's right around where that breaker block is, right around where some other time frame fair value gaps are, right? So likely that area would hold the support if we did get this kind of early massive sell-off back into the, 177, 175, again, not expecting it, but totally possible because we did get the first indication on the 15-minute chart of some bearish activity. And that is a bearish fair value gap, but we could easily invert that tomorrow. And at that point, it's negated and it's off the table. Look at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart does start to show some bearishness. We're below the 20. We're below the 50 at close. We got the, 100 and 200 below. 200 comes in at 181, right in that range we were talking about. We got a 5-minute fair value gap in that 182 range we were talking about. So lots of confluence in that 182 area, right? Ideally, I'd like to start to build a long-term position at 182 and add in at 180 and then possibly even down at 177 if we get there. Those are going to be June, July, August, or even later dated expirations, okay? Lastly, we'll just take a quick look at the 1 minute. 1 minute, we caught that silver bullet, right? And then we just continued to melt up after that. We never ran a test of the 200 period until we got into the end of the day, right? And into after hours. but from that silver bullet, there wasn't much opportunity to really take an excellent trade. We were just closing out positions, but you can see in the pre-market session, we do get a fair value gap there. We returned to it, kind of caught that early rocket ride, right? And then we get fair value gaps. Your only opportunity here was to enter in, at least using smart money concepts. Inside this fair value gap, we tested it once, we took a ride, we came back, we tested it again. At that point, it was all she wrote, just started to melt up, right? Continued to rip up, getting a gamma squeeze all the way up to that 185 level. Ultimately topped out today, 187.41, the official high of the day. And you can see we grabbed those highs right at the end of the day, and then right into the beginning of pre-market, we saw that rip. And then from there on, we just kind of faded and started to consolidate sideways. So hopefully this has been helpful. Again, I'd appreciate you guys' support. If you drop a like, subscribe, share this with all your friends. We're only getting like 50 to 70, sometimes 100 views, right? And I'd say the analysis is pretty accurate. We continue to show great consistency with our trading on the callouts on the Raw Sox Premium Discord, right? We continue to give you top-notch analysis of Tesla's chart, and tell you where price is going to go and why it's going to go there, right? Try to provide a lot of value for you guys on this channel, but would appreciate the support, and we can't do it without you guys. Would love to see more viewers viewing this because I think the information is very beneficial. I watch a lot of other Tesla viewers, and I'd say that the analysis that we give here is as good or better than many other Tesla analysis out there. So hopefully we can help blow this channel up. I have a goal of trying to get to over 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we're in the 600, so we got a little ways to go, but I'm confident we can get there with your guys' support. So if you're not a member of the Discord, join. If you're interested in the premium callouts so that you can start making money with the Raw Sox team, go to the link. It's in the description below. Link to the Discord, link to where you can upgrade, all on the website there. Hope you guys have a good trading day. Good luck with tomorrow, and we'll see you on the next one.